Sqilah, Enhancing Careers. Chapter 13.
Interview technique.
The airline industry is one of the most difficult to get into. You have to not only meet all the requirements for cabin crew and have the right qualities, but also have a lengthy application process, as well as a demanding assessment day with tests, task skills assessments, and interviews. It is certainly not easy since you will be up against thousands of candidates from all over the world. Even though the application process and call for interview is only a minor part of the whole selection process, and the actual flight attendant interview and selection process can be quite grueling and nerve-wracking. An invitation to attend a flight attendant interview is in itself quite an achievement. Coming face-to-face with a prospective employer can be daunting. If you can prepare for interview in advance, that will really improve your confidence on the day. The more prepared you are, the better your chances. Proper preparation can help in making that first impression, which is always the best impression. Applicants are judged by the way you appear, qualifications, previous experience, body language, manners, ability to absorb the information and interpret it intelligently and clearly. Prior to interview, before you go to an interview, you need to prepare. Do as much homework on the company as you can to find out about the business they are in. Most companies will have a website containing lots of information. Make sure you have a full understanding of all the duties and skills required within the role. Refamiliarize yourself with your CV and be prepared to describe your previous roles and responsibilities. Be prepared to describe how you meet the requirements of the position you will be interviewed for. Research and preparation. Keep abreast of all the information and latest happening pertaining to the airline. Questions pertaining to latest news concerning the airline can be asked to judge your background knowledge as well as interest in the field. A good source for such information is the airline website, which generally has the history and latest news concerning the company. Venue of interview. Always ensure you know exactly where your interview will take place and give yourself plenty of time to get there. Your route or journey to the flight attendant interview location should be planned well in advance, and always give a lead time of half an hour to cater to any unforeseen emergencies or traffic snarls. If possible, do a trial run a few days prior to the interview to make sure you know exactly how much time you will need to get there. Be mindful of traveling during rush hour, as this can sometimes double your traveling time. Make sure you know the names of the people interviewing you. Check beforehand if you need to take anything with you or if any assessments will be taking place. Dress code and grooming. Recruitment decisions are based on several different factors, but it is worth remembering that first impressions count. You should dress appropriately for the position you are applying for. Look businesslike and wear office-style smart attire. Be well-groomed, with clean, tidy hair, makeup, and clean shoes. Keep perfume/aftershave to a minimum. You have to feel comfortable with your appearance. Do one final check of your overall appearance prior to leaving home, after arriving at the interview venue, and during break times. Documentation. Carry all the required documents such as certificates, copy of application sent, resume, etc. neatly in a smart folder and presented to the interviewers when asked for. Documents should be made ready a few days before the flight attendant interview so as to ensure that you have all the necessary certificates and paperwork that you require to take with you. It will give you enough time to find missing copies of certain documents. Nerves. Feeling nervous during interview process is perfectly normal. Spend some time relaxing on the day prior to your flight attendant interview. Do the things that you like doing. Also get a good night's sleep to avoid a worn-out look. Remember that the recruitment team will make allowances for the fact that people are nervous. Communication with people you meet. You should carry a warm disposition, welcoming behavior, and great appearance, as they are crucial in creating the right impression in the mind of recruiter. Befriend other candidates and try to remember their names, as there can be some questions about them from recruiter to know about your interpersonal skills, as flight attendant job is more of a teamwork. Remember to always address people in a friendly and well-mannered way. Be yourself in the interview and never try to be someone you are not. Recruitment personnel are highly trained and will spot anyone who tries to impress. Body language. A very vital aspect noticed by the recruiters is the body language, and you must maintain open body language to make you appear welcoming and receptive to the recruitment team and fellow candidates. Teamwork and exercises. Airline interviews will generally require you to take part in teamwork exercises. Ensure that you are open to suggestions and queries by all team members, and that you participate in all discussions and exercises. Never be aggressive and imposing. You should be updated on current affairs and news relating to the aviation industry. Areas of discussion during interviews. During the flight attendant interview process, you may be asked questions and have to complete exercises on the subject such as teamwork, communication, customer service, safety, current affairs, and the airline industry. Have examples prepared on these subjects, as the interviewing panel may ask you to give examples of previous experience. During the interview, always be polite and friendly to everyone that you meet, and if appropriate, make conversation with the reception staff. When you enter the room, stand up straight, greet with smile, and give your interviewer a firm handshake. Don't get flustered. Speak clearly and calmly. Sit down only when you are asked to. Do not forget to say please and thank you whenever required. Be attentive and listen carefully to the question. If you have not understood the question, ask politely for a repeat. Reply confidently and immediately to the point, keeping your answer short unless asked for a longer description. Don't make critical comments about former employers. Don't underplay your achievements. Sell yourself. If you feel that you have not been asked enough questions or feel you need to further express your suitability for the role, ask them if you can tell them more about yourself, and possibly ask a couple of questions that are relevant to the company and the position. If appropriate, what the next stage will be and when you can expect to hear from them. While answering, look directly at the person asking the questions and try to be pleasant. Replies connected to any details regarding your resume should be authentic. Remember to say thank you at the end of an interview to every interviewer before leaving. Shake hands only if the interviewer initiates the gesture. Walk out confidently without looking back. Gently shut the door behind you as you leave. Frequently asked questions. Most of the interviewers ask some similar basic questions. Prior to the interview, you should already be thinking about the questions you might be asked and how you will respond to them. Listed below are some examples of some typical interview questions and their answers. If you can try and familiarize yourself with these and how you might respond, you'll be ready to answer them in a calm and positive manner. Questions. When given an opportunity to ask the recruitment team a question, be very clear, logical, and straightforward. It is always better to think of few questions to ask well in advance. Some questions can throw up answers which can be another question for you from the recruitment team, so be careful while putting forth questions. Questions must be relevant to the company and the job. Avoid asking questions on issues that have been covered during any presentations given to you by the recruitment team.